Hello and welcome to another video at bytepen.com. In this video we're going to look at the co-management workload for client apps. So we're going to move the workload from Config Manager to Intune. And strictly speaking, we're not moving this workload in its entirety across to Intune. What we are doing is saying that applications can now be deployed or made available from both Intune and Config Manager. So before we move the workload to Intune, if we had the company portal app and the Config Manager app installed on the Windows 10 device, when we went inside the company portal, it would tell us that we had to go to the software center to get our apps. We couldn't see any applications we deployed to the client from Intune. So if we have a look in here in the company portal, there we go. The company portal is aware that we have the Config Manager agent installed. And if we click on the link, we can open up the software center. Okay. And we can see we have apps deployed from Config Manager to this client. Made available, sorry. We're going to open up the Config Manager control panel applet and just look at the capabilities, which is still set to 3 from our previous video when we move the compliance workload across to Intune for this client. Okay, so what do? If we go back into device collections, and the device collection we created in one of the previous videos was for client apps. So when we add our Windows 10 client to this collection, essentially what we're doing is we're pushing out a new policy and a new set of capabilities to the client to tell it that its workload for client apps should now come from Intune and in brackets still from Config Manager. So we're going to add our Windows 10 lab client to this collection. I like to hit refresh just to make sure it is there. We know it is there, but there we go. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing as the previous video. We're going to open up co-management handler.log. The client has not received this policy yet because we haven't done a machine policy refresh, and we can see the capabilities number is still set to 3. So let's go ahead and pull down the new policy. And we should see the capabilities change, which lets us know that we have some new workloads for Intune. And there we go. So the capabilities is now changed to 67, which is explained in more detail in the next video, the next part of the series. And the 67 there. So the client apps capability is 64, plus the compliance capability 2, and then plus co-management being enabled 1. That's where we get to 67. And okay, let's go to the Intune portal. We'll go to the client apps blade, and we've made Microsoft Bingo available to the all users on enrolled devices. Now if the company portal app was open when the machine policy was pulled down, you will have to reopen the company portal app. And so we've done that here, and we can see the Microsoft Bingo has been made available through the company portal, so that's good. It looks like this co-management workload is flipped across, and we can still see the apps in Software Center. And we can deploy Bingo from the company portal app, or we can still deploy apps from Config Manager. So we'll just show an example that Config Manager still works. And we'll use a feature in 1906 where we can push apps directly to devices from the console. This is a really cool feature in 1906. There we go. So let's just pop across to that Windows 10 client. And we'll open up our log files just to see what's going on. We don't need to do a machine policy refresh. This is all happening on the fast channel in 1906. Some really cool stuff going on at the moment in Config Manager. So we'll open up appinforce.log, and we should see 7-zip start to do its thing. There we go. So the 7-zip application is now installing. So this is your kind of bread and butter stuff. I just wanted to highlight that we can still use both Software Center and the company portal to install apps when we move the workload to Intune. There we go, 7-zip installed. And that just about covers it for this video. We have moved the workloads for client apps from Config Manager to Intune. Thank you for watching.